Like good timing on the bases. You know, obviously everything could be improved slightly, but for the most part, it was all pretty darn good. Shoot, there was one more thing I wanted to say. If I remember it, I'll get to it after the introduction. For now, let's get into the game here. In the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg, Shouse, or Shouse. I'm not really sure. I'm going to say Shouse. And his opponent, the blue Zerg, eXile. The Baneling Bomber. It's like, I don't know if you follow boxing at all, but Deontay Wilder, American heavyweight champion, is one of the 2 heavyweight champions in the world right now. The other is Anthony Joshua, but his nickname is the Bronze Bomber. I know there was another boxer with was it Joe Louis? Or Joe Louis was also the Bronze Bomber. I think there might even be a Bronx Bomber. I could be wrong. Anyway, but eXile is the Baneling Bomber. So, we've got a fast pull here for Shouse. Is he scouting for a proxy? Not really sure what the, what? What? Hold on. I am really confused. Is he gonna wall off his natural? What? Is this a thing? I mean, I know it's not a thing at the pro level, obviously. Is this a thing at any level? I've literally never seen this before, and this guy's platinum, so like he's not a scrub. He is an above average StarCraft player, and he took his base here. If anyone has an explanation for this, please share, because I cannot figure it out. Maybe this is like a mind game to make your opponent think that you're drunk? I don't know. And thus lull them into a false sense of security? On eXile's side of the map, things are looking relatively normal and healthy. I'm guessing we're going to see a fast burrow soon. I hope we see it. I love it so much. I must watch and see. Yeah, I'm so confused. But going back to the chat, yeah, actually I'm a huge UFC fan. I actually was a UFC fan since I was like, I've been a UFC fan since I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8. My uncle used to watch it. And I would watch it at his house when I was a kid. A lot of blood and violence, but I watched it. It is indeed a wall-off. Okay, so I was right about that. I think, did the queen sneak through here? I saw a Zergling come through here, but can the queen fit through here? Yes, okay, so there's at least a method to the madness. There is a reason for this. Will it be a Nidus? That's my my next question. Will this be a Nidus? Obviously, this is going to prevent any scouting information. Speed about to finish up. Baneling Nest about a quarter of the way done here for eXile. Yeah, if I was you, I would be so confused. And whoop, let me see that again. So looks like you did see that before the creep stopped spreading. So it means you saw it. You saw the fact that this was, like, most likely the natural, the second base taken, and this is actually the third base taken. A spine crawler and a second evolution chamber now going down. Lings are going to come up here, and yeah, they're going to be asking a lot of questions, like, namely, what on earth is this hatchery doing here? And you have another hatchery from which you were actually mining. Lings do get up into the main. Nice job there by eXile. Good persistence. Only 2 drones going down, but a really nice scout. So everything, and I do mean everything, has been scouted. Roach Warren going down now for eXile. But yeah, as I was saying, I was a UFC fan long before I was a boxing fan, and then of course, I believe I told you before I wrestled for 10 years, and then after that, I trained some Muay Thai, a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu, but yeah, mostly Muay Thai. And now I box. I still train boxing. I had a couple of fights last year, but so over time, I've just been getting more and more into pure boxing. I still love UFC, still watch every single event. But as far as practicing myself, I focus on boxing, and obviously I love watching boxing. I watch it all of the time, study it as much as I can. Anyway, layer halfway done. Oh, that's really cool, man. Yeah, MMA is fantastic. Obviously great just to stay in shape, but I think it's great too. Just gives you confidence knowing that you can handle yourself. You know, not that you go around looking for fights, but just, you know, if anything goes down, if you are faced with a situation where someone's trying to mess with you, you know, you can defend yourself, or, you know, defend your girlfriend or your friends or whatever if necessary. But yeah, nice denial there from Shouse. He is actually getting double upgrades compared to just a +1 attack here for eXile, so that could come into play. If eXile is not active on the map and making something happen, picking off some units, picking off some tech structures, that will be a huge advantage. That one upgrade advantage in Roach versus Roach is a really big deal. I do want to point out that there are a lot of Zerglings here and no Zergling speed, just starting now. So that could also come into play. Still only 2 gases. And as I say that, I look and see that actually, I mean, there are basically no gases. You've got 1 gas being mined with 1 drone. So that is pretty crazy. Shouse is actually going with a huge wave of Zerglings. And the upgrades that he is getting are actually melee upgrades. So like I said, this is going to be a really, really weird attack. I've never quite seen anything like this. It's a really late speed. A few roaches thrown in there. 2 extractors are down, but only 1 drone is mining gas. This entire attack is scouted by eXile, by the way. We've got a few Ravagers here. Got a few Banelings. I don't know if there are enough Banelings. There are only 3 Banelings. And obviously if those Roaches get into the Banelings first, then they're going to be worthless. 1 Roach does in fact get in. Queen goes down immediately, but there are a lot of forces here for eXile. Speed is just about to finish for Shouse. Looks like he hit a bit of an anti-timing on himself. He is now, though, streaming lings across the map. We take a look at the army supplies. It is 53, now roughly 50 to 30 in favor of Shouse. And of course he does have that upgrade advantage. There's only +1 missile attacks here for eXile and 1-1 for the Zerglings of Shouse. This is a really fierce fight though. Lots of action. That one coming down. Holy crap. That was a really fast exit. But yeah, that was a really close fight. Kind of came down to the wire. And with a 3rd base up here for eXile, and of course no 3rd base, looks like he was making it but it wasn't complete for Shouse. He was in fact going to be behind. He's actually slightly ahead on drones, but not enough of an advantage to keep him in the game. Man, eXile, you play against some of the weirdest builds like that 4 racks bio push. This freaking, like, I don't even know what to call it. Like a pseudo-natural wall build. But that was a nice hold there. You play some against some really weird stuff. Makes for an entertaining game, though. Alright, time to do some off-racing. Let's hop back on NA. But GG's, thanks for sending them in, man.